welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and Adamo alongside Adamo Ritaco to preview the big match on Sunday, and it's more than any match. It's the Derby della Madonnina, the most awaited match of the season against the cousins, if you want to call them that. I don't call them that. But against Inter, of course. And it's going to be one hell of a match at the San Siro on Sunday at 8:45 p.m. local time. The kickoff. Inter currently tied in first place with 6 points out of 6. 2 wins, but not in the most convincing of ways, really. Pretty disappointing results in terms of score lines against the teams that they have beaten, and the performances just haven't been there, but they were able to pick out 6 points out of 6, like I mentioned. And for Milan, we're bouncing off from a Napoli win there where we won 2-1. Good to see a good reaction there after that disappointing Fiorentina match. But we will have to do a lot here in the derby to pick up the win, and very important 3 points as we don't want to drop anymore. And as we're trying to climb here in the standings. Adamo, confident ahead of the derby?
Not really much so. I wish I could say yes, but not really the case with Milan in many situations. Coming off an Empoli win is obviously good, but the way we performed was very disappointing. You could say Inter have gotten all their 6 points in last-minute goals, but still at least, they're getting the job done. Milan are getting the job done. But I think Inter are getting the job done in a better fashion, if that makes any sense. So I think it'll be a good derby, a lot of new players, definitely, some rivalry going on. And finally, a derby with something to fight for, because these two teams are projected to make Europe. So, the derby will actually have some meaning to it besides just being the derby. So, I think it'll be a very, very good game, should have an electric atmosphere, and it'll be very tight. Hopefully Milan can come out with all 3 points, but all I'm looking for is an exciting game.
Yeah, definitely a lot of new players there. Inter reinforcing really a lot, especially on the last days of the Mercato. And it's going to be a great spectacle, not only for the fans' viewpoint, but also, as you mentioned, Adamo, there two teams that must make it back to Europe at all costs this season, and that is the real emphasis on this match altogether, because we're not only looking at a matter of who's winning or who's not, but also will these teams be able to bounce back after very disappointing seasons. Now, let's take a look at the probable starting 11 for Milan, and there are some players that will be missing in this match, such as Antonelli and Bertolacci, to name a few for Milan. Now, starting in net will be Diego Lopez, of course, Abate on the right, Zapata preferred to Eli once again. Eli coming back from suspension there, but it seems like Mihajlovic wants to put a bit of experience in there. So Zapata alongside Romagnoli for the center-back roles. De Sciglio will be starting on the left. As for the midfield, Poli is expected to start on the right, De Jong in the middle, Kuchka on the left, but it seems like that role where De Jong will be playing might be where Montolivo could start. It's not really for sure that De Jong might start. Some sites are saying that De Jong could be starting, while others are saying Montolivo. Personally, I think I would like De Jong in there. Of course, always gives that certainty to the defense, but at the same time, we're looking at a midfield with very little creativity, so we might need the help of Montolivo, even though we can't really depend on it at all at this moment. But that is what it seems to be. Bonaventura will be playing in the trequartista position, and I did mention after the Empoli match that I really liked him in that position. I think he really could play that position very well, and could definitely help out the two strikers up front, which will be Baca and Luis Adriano. Adamo, after looking at this lineup, as I said, many changes. Some players that we're probably not expected to be seeing starting in this Milan side altogether for the derby. But what do you make of this? Do you see it strong enough to beat this Inter side and get the 3 points?
Well, I think on paper, the squad looks kind of weak. It looks like a damaged squad. Zapata is a very error-prone player, so that kind of worries me, but hopefully he has enough confidence in the derby and, you know, is kind of pumped up and motivated for it, that he can put in a good performance and make a case for himself to be the starting center back alongside Romagnoli. But the midfield, like you said, absolutely no creativity. I guess you could say the only positive from it is that they're all sort of lumberjack type players, so they'll be able to hold Inter really well, and they won't be able to be pushed off the ball. And, you know, if Milan need to sit back a little bit, they can do the job and hit them on the counter. So I think the midfield could work out if, you know, Mihajlovic dictates them well, but, you know, without a playmaker in there, it might be very, very difficult to break Inter down. But, you know, hopefully Inter do make a mistake that Milan can capitalize on. As for the forwards, pretty standard stuff. But yeah, as I mentioned, I think Zapata would be the biggest worry for Milan in this lineup.
Yeah, definitely. And if you're looking at the Inter lineup as well, you know, you're trying to look at the comparisons there in the midfield, and you could see that Inter could probably go with Felipe Melo in the middle, Kondogbia. So you still see that physical aspect to their game, and that is exactly why I would like to see De Jong. That would be a crazy battle to see Felipe Melo against De Jong altogether. But overall, you could see that quality, just not really in the highest order, but it is better than Milan altogether, the quality for Inter in the midfield. So that is what worries me the most. Also, Jovetic, what a crazy start to the season he's had so far with 3 goals, scoring all the goals for Inter. And he'll be alongside Icardi, which still hasn't scored, but could definitely pose a threat at any given moment. But for sure, it's going to be a crazy derby. And as I said, it's more than just a match. It means a lot of things. Derby, the Madonnina, of course, a big rival between these two fan clubs, and also really the two halves of Milan. So it's going to be crazy to see alongside other factors are going here, because none of these teams want to drop points this early in the season, especially, as I mentioned in the beginning, it's supposed to be a bounce-back season for these two clubs. So we'll see what happens overall. But on that note, guys, let us know what you think about our starting 11. Are you confident ahead of the Milan derby? Do you think this Milan side could pose a threat and potentially win the match altogether? Also, let us know your predictions in the comments section. Always curious to know what you guys think. So leave them scores behind. Also put the goal scorers if you guys want. Let us know what you guys think overall. And we'll be seeing you guys on Sunday for the match review alongside fan cams, fan reactions. Lots of content coming to you guys on Rossoneri TV. So make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything AC Milan. On that note, this has been Gio and Adamo signing off from Rossoneri TV, and as always, Forza Milan! Inter